Hello!
Hey!
I'm Brittany.
I'm Brad.
And we are Audio Shelf.
Before we start, make sure to click that red button down there to subscribe.
Yes, and also hit that little bell so you can stay up to date whenever we release a new episode. Wow!
Do we have an episode for you today?
Yes! We are so excited to be talking about this topic because it's a topic that we believe in.
Yes. And while we talk about this topic, we want to eat some ice cream.
Yes. So the people behind Nightfood actually sent us like $10 coupon thing to get some free ice cream. I'm sure a lot of you got something similar. But we decided to eat it today on camera.
Yes.
Because we like food.
Exactly. And I got the Cookies and Dreams, which is so good.
And I got the Cherry Eclipse. And so we're very excited. We swapped like half and half. So I have some Cookies and Dreams right now, and he has some Cherry Eclipse.
Yes. So make sure you get some Nightfood.
Yes.
All right. So today's topic is really, really important to us because it is all about YA authors transitioning to become adult authors.
That's crazy.
What are you talking about?
So they established themselves as YA authors, and then for whatever reason, they decide to, I want to do an adult fiction.
So some examples we have would be Leigh Bardugo. She is famous for the Grishaverse, the Shadow and Bone, all of those books. And then she comes out with The Ninth House.
Which is
adult.
dark,
Gritty, gruesome,
creepy. The cover alone is enough to like send shivers down your spine. It's like a black cover with a snake all slithering through. And speaking of slithering, that's a tongue twister. We have J.K. Rowling, actually, who, I mean, you all probably know her because y'all decide to put the little sorting hat on and sort yourselves all the time. But her Harry Potter series and then her adult series, Casual Vacancy.
Yes.
And she also has a pseudonym that she writes under as well. Robert.
Robert, we know you, Robert.
Don't know how to pronounce the last name, but, you know.
Robert Gallivan Brath.
You get what you can get.
Yes. Another example would be Sarah J. Maas. So she is famous for the Throne of Glass series, the Court of Thorns and Roses. And then this year she came out with Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. Adult.
Ooh, yes.
Which is pretty cool. I mean, it's huge right now. But once again, transition from young adult to adult.
And then we have Stephenie Meyer.
Oh, girl.
Who did Twilight.
Hey, you're the one with the Eclipse ice cream.
I chose to believe that was Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Oh, okay. All right.
Not
Okay.
Eclipse. We have Stephenie Meyer, who of course did Twilight. And then she also did The Chemist, which is an espionage suspense novel.
That sounds adult.
It's very adult. Okay, it's better than vampires and werewolves. Oh my.
All right. And then our last example is the very amazing V.E. Schwab, who some people know as Victoria Schwab. So she has her middle grade series, and then she kind of moves into this new adult series called Vicious, and also A Darker Shade of Magic.
Yeah.
So there's all these fluctuations between these authors, and we want to talk about it.
Yes, because we want to know why. Why does it happen?
Why?
We have some theories of, is it a thing of not so much aging out like you're 25 and then you're 35, but a sort of expertise where you spend 10 years in this genre, in this field, and then you just have a natural progression of your mentality after writing young adult for 10 plus years of, I want to try something different. I want to go to adult. I want to experiment what it's like to write for a different age group. And
I wonder what allows them to make that decision. Is it their life experiences? Is it their maturity? Is it their willing or their kind of desire to tell this different perspective of development? Why do you choose to do this?
Are they just sick of it?
Are they sick of the YA world?
We don't know.
The fans are rabid.
They are.
Is it rabid or rabid?
Rabid.
Rabid.
Like rabies.
Rabies, okay. The fans are rabid, so why? And again...
YA.
Why? And this isn't to say we're against it, because we're totally for it. We love that idea of authors switching it up and changing different age gaps, but we just want to know why.
And we also are curious because it's an interesting switch from you build a fan base in YA. Everyone knows you as YA. Everyone knows you as the Twilight Girl or the Harry Potter woman, or I guess there's a man in there somewhere. But everyone knows you as XYZ YA fantasy writer. And then you take it to an adult fiction land and people are still going to follow you. So it's one of those things where it's like, do they find it a nicer fan base to build in YA and then transition with those people as they age up into adult?
Yeah.
Or just like taking the fan base with them and hoping that the fans will buy both their YA and adult.
Or is it like this kind of like bait and switch kind of situation where they're like,
dark.
I know. And they're like, oh, I'm going to get them real good in the YA and then I'm going to switch it up and give them an adult gruesome murder book.
Give them to them in the YA.
Which makes me think that children and parents, if you guys are buying these books, you have got to do some research first. Find out if this is an adult book first. It's imperative.
It is imperative.
You don't want your kids to be learning about murders and sexual promiscuity when they're learning about little fairy creatures before.
Or you can learn about both.
You can learn about both.
Fairy creatures, sexual promiscuity, they go hand in hand. They are like this.
Yes. And so I'm wondering, is this a blur between YA and adult?
Ooh,
blurring the lines.
Where is the line?
Where is the line? And now the next part of this I want to talk about is, who do you think is going to come out with the next adult book? Which YA author do you think is going to come out with the next adult book?
Hands down, I think it's going to be Victoria Aveyard.
From the Red Queen series.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just have a feeling that she skirts the line already of YA fantasy with adult, because there's that scene in, what's the second one? Throne?
I read Red Queen and then Glass.
We can't remember the second one because I listened to it years ago and Brad got halfway through it, I think, or didn't start.
No, I listened to it. I just hated it.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I liked it. But there's a very graphic scene in there of finding a baby. And so that has kind of stuck with me, and that is what is making me believe that Victoria Aveyard would kind of scoot more into the adult land as one. She's young currently, but as she potentially ages in real life and ages in her job as a YA author.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's probably one of my guesses. It's very high up there. And, there are tons of authors right now that are doing both YA and romance and adult. Like Nisha Sharma. She writes YA with the My So-Called Bollywood Life. And then she comes out with her sexual...
Her erotica.
The romance novels. And they're completely adult. So there are tons of authors. But for this video, we're definitely focusing on the YA fantasy authors, because we want to know that we're seeing them create those YA or those adult fantasy novels, which there aren't many of them.
Yeah. Who would you be?
Who the person I would choose?
Yeah.
I honestly think after Suzanne Collins' prequel release of the new Hunger Games,
that she's going to finally dabble in something else?
She's going to dabble in some adult.
Ooh.
Because I think everyone's been waiting for Suzanne Collins' new book. And she already did middle grade. Then she did young adult with Hunger Games. Now I think the next one's going to be adult.
What do you think it'll be about?
I don't know. I mean, I hope she kind of keeps it in the realm of fantasy. Yeah. But I have no idea.
That'd be really interesting.
Because do we care about adults in a dystopian world?
No, we don't.
Adults in a dystopian world, it's like an oxymoron. They've lived their lives. We don't care about them old people.
I will tell you, with the Kill Club, which I'm currently listening to, so we don't have a review out yet for it, that is adult. And it deals with adult themes. And I would not be able to handle it if it was an adult dystopian, because it's just, I'm sick of the dystopian with adults. I'm almost sick of it with young adult, but I would be real sick of it with adults because I just don't like how the world building is just all becoming the same thing.
It would become a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, basically.
That's all it is.
Yes, it is the same thing over and over again, no matter the title.
Yeah, Mission Impossible. How about Mission Don't?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I would really not like that book as much if it were in dystopian, but it's not. It's based in real life. It's based in something that could happen today, and I like that because in our adult world, I think as we grow up and age, we like to see things that could skirt the line between being real and fake.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to see how authors deal with that.
What are some authors that you do not think are going to kind of venture into that adult world?
That's a good question.
I have 2 authors that I think they're not finished with YA yet.
Please tell me.
Crystal Smith.
Okay.
Bloodleaf.
Yes.
I don't think she is done with it. She is just kind of digging in her feet into this world.
Love it.
She's going to be in there for a long time.
Ooh.
And then Bridget Kemmerer.
Yeah.
Because when we hear Bridget Kemmerer talk, we really don't, like, I get this sense that she has so much love and appreciation for young adult, the minds of young adults, that I don't think she has any interest in writing adult.
And there's no reason why she should.
Yeah.
She has such a great voice in young adult that I don't think she needs to explore anymore. But if she wants to, we're here to read it. Okay?
Oh my God, yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I also think...
That's a good one.
That's a good one. So I was going to say that I feel like Cassandra Clare might be someone who would venture into adult, but then you started talking about people who you don't think, and then I started thinking about her again. I don't think she would be someone who would want to venture out of YA.
But well, she's different because she does a lot of blurring. So her characters in the series of the Mortal Instruments series and Infernal Devices.
There you go.
And then the Artifice whatever one, I haven't read them, but I have read Mortal Instruments and the Infernal Device. I don't even know the words.
Infernal Devices.
Yes. I just know Clockwork. But anyway, in that series, we got parents of the main characters in the next series. So you already have that adult, perspective. And then it's like they have, I was looking at the timeline the other day. Her books range from like the 1800s all the way to 2015 or whatever. And so it's like you really do a huge gap. So she really does a lot of blurring.
Yeah.
A lot of blurring, but it's still YA.
Same with the Selection series.
Yes.
That would be one that she does a lot of blurring because the second
duology
part of the series picks up with America and Max and her parents.
Yeah. So they're the adults, but they're also not the main characters.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, you do not want to get rid of that YA perspective.
Yeah.
So it's really, this is becoming something bigger.
Are we doing something here?
I think it is.
Okay.
So, anyway, but if you have any other authors that you want to shout out down below to see if, they've come from YA to adult, please let us know. We want to hear.
Yeah, we want to know what you think. And if you want to follow along with us on our various social medias and let us know over there, you can You can find us on Twitter at AudioShelfMe, Instagram at AudioShelfMe, and Facebook at AudioShelf.
Before you end, make sure to subscribe. You get more content like this.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this is really good, actually.
Nightfood.
We weren't sure about it.
We weren't sure because when you took off the wrapper, it was hard. Couldn't get the paper off the wrapper. But the food is real good.
It is. It is, like, really good.
This Cookies and Dream has a little bit of cookies and cream and cookie dough.
I love it. And the cherry has, like, bits of cherry in it. Which I love a good bits of cherry. But we weren't sure how it was going to be, so we're very happy. So you should pick up some if you want.
We're getting the real reaction here.
Yeah.
So until next time.
Bye. I just hit myself in the face.
Ooh.